So basically, today's satellite can carry the one third of the voice traffic and all the television signal. And after the satellite, as the world grew bigger and as all the technology went bigger, then we came up with this wide area network. We came up with this metropolitan area network, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all these technologies we came up with. Okay, and then we came up with and because these technologies were growing, we need to standardize this technology. Okay, we need to standardize this technology according to their speed or according to their bandwidth or according to many factors were there. Okay, so to ultimately standardize this technology, and IEEE came up with the standard, okay, which was nothing but known as an 802.11 standard, okay, for wireless communication. Now, currently, there are many standards of 802.11. Like, for example, you might have seen or you might have heard that there are standards like 802.11A, B, C, D. Okay, there are many standards in the market. Okay, so these are the various standards. These are the standards for the wireless communication. Now, what do you mean by this standard? These standards are nothing but this standard specifies. I mean, as and when you go from as and when you go from one standard to another standard, like for example, as and when you are going from 8011 to 8011A to 8011B, that is nothing but B part is superior than A. Okay, in the Wi-Fi, in the Bluetooth, even there is a standardized in the Bluetooth. Okay, there are the Bluetooth versions. There are various Bluetooth versions are also there, as well as there are various Wi-Fi versions. So 80 these days we are, I guess, using 802.11. I guess D or E we are using. Okay, which is having higher bandwidth and the reception is nice. Okay, so again, IEEE came up with the standard because world was growing. Okay, and requirement was also growing. So why there are different standards in the market? Because standards, and because that depends upon the requirement. Like if I don't want that much of the Wi-Fi speed, I can opt for some lower standard. Okay, and if I want more bandwidth, and if I want more high speed, then I can opt for the like higher standards of IEEE. Okay, see, each whenever you purchase any router or whenever you purchase any devices, okay, there will be written that what kind of standard that device is having. Okay, if you will see the back of the device or back of the box, or if you can see the specification of the device, there will be written that this device will support so and so standards. So if some device is supporting multiple standards, then there will be written that this device is supporting 801.11.a, b, c, and all those. Okay, so single device can support also multiple standards. Okay, so these are nothing but the various standards of the wireless communication. Okay, then comes something. Okay, I should have done it in the one whiteboard. I used different whiteboard for each and everything. Anyways, start. Okay, so after that we came up with the first generation wireless phone. Okay, after we developed the standard, we came up with the first generation wireless phone. It was again an analog communication system. Okay, the device were heavy and patchy. I mean, in analog communication system, you can't hear voice very clearly compared to digital communication system that we are using right now. Let's say, for example, if you want to differentiate between analog and digital communication system, then are you able to see the screen? Are you able to see the screen? Just type into the chat box. No need to activate your mic. Whenever I ask you anything, you can type in the chat box. I'll get it. Okay, you don't need to unmute your mic. Okay, it's kind of very disturbing here. So, fine. The first generation wireless phones were very using analog communication. The device were very heavy and patchy. I mean, if you want to differentiate between analog and digital communication, let's say this is not the exact difference between analog and digital communication, but let's say if you want to differentiate, then you can compare AM and FM. Okay, where AM is an amplitude modulation and FM is a frequency modulation. Okay, so as you can see that amplitude modulation, when you are listening to some radio which is having an amplitude modulation, then you will find that you are not able to listen properly. Okay, there is a patchiness in the sound. Okay, and a comparison to the your FM sound or FM audio quality. Okay, so that is the difference between analog and digital communication. Okay, the current generation is built using digital, okay, technology. Digital technology carries more data and provide better reception and more security. Okay, like for example, if I want to give you the example of digital communication system that we'll discuss further in our lecture, but for the sake of your for the sake of your understanding, the CDMA, okay, the CDMA devices which was earlier released by, first of all, I guess that device was released by Reliance Technologies. Okay, so all those CDMA devices support digital communication. Okay, all those devices were supporting the digital communication system. Okay, so CDMA is I will explain what is CDMA further, but you just need to remember the CDMA device was supporting digital communication system. Okay, the first rush for wireless was voice. Now it's the data. It is the simple thing. When we started with this thing, okay, when we started, okay, I'm sorry. When we started with this thing, okay, the first rush was what? The first rush. What I mean by the first rush, it is nothing but firstly we started working on this voice part, okay, and then we started working on the data part, okay, because we will not have, because at the first we need to find out how to communicate, and then once we were all set to go with the communication system, we started using that how now to transfer the data with the help of same wireless system. Okay, so that was the thing that we came up with. Page. It's taking a bit of time, but don't worry. The last whiteboard I'll be writing in the whiteboard will be in the last whiteboard. You have to see what happened in the previous few whiteboards. So the first generation digital wireless network, it was named as an AMPS. That was nothing but Advanced Mobile Phone System. Again, that was the system. That was our first mobile phone system that came into the market, and people were started using the mobile phones. Okay. Now the voice channel was already there because we were first of all concentrated on, we already concentrated on voice, and now we need to concentrate on the data. But what was the problem here was nothing but the data rate was 19.5 kilobytes per second. Okay, and how 19.5 kilobytes per second? So your phone, I mean your network was using the free voice channel slot to transmit the data. Okay, the network was using free voice channel. Okay, whenever you are not talking, whenever any voice channel is free, the system transmit the data. Okay, and then comes the second generation network. That was nothing but the GSM. Okay, this was the second generation network. We are already using some part of GSM right now. Okay, and then came further advanced network that was nothing but a 5G, 4G. Okay, 3G, all these are the advanced network. But again, see, what is the difference between the network? There is not much of difference. The main difference is that you have increased the data rate capacity. Okay, your voice quality is getting good. Okay, that is the difference. We were basically focused on voice and data. Okay, there is nothing more important than focusing on voice and data these days. Okay, see, problem in previous days while using the data was, there were many problems. Okay, among those the problem was that um, the mobile screens were very small. Okay, the mobile screens was very small, so if you are using a data, you won't be getting much of the information on your mobile phone screen. Okay, though data was there, okay, though data transmission was there, but this was the problem. Okay, so it didn't work well. I mean, transmitting the data didn't work well. Okay, as I remember in olden days when I was in college, I guess in 2000 and let's say in 2001, I was having a Nokia mobile phone with me, which was color screen phone, and it was having very small screen, and it takes like years to load a single picture on that mobile phone. Okay, so just imagine, I mean, from where we came, right? I mean, we came way back, way from very away from 2001 to right now in 2020, and just look at the like just you can see that how we advanced. Okay, so Now, these were the basic these were the few basic things that you need to understand before going into the part one. Okay, our part one is nothing but you need to understand the technical background. Okay, so all of you are familiar with the electromagnetic signals. Okay, all these whatever signals are going around us right now are nothing but the electromagnetic signal. Whether you consider a mobile phone signal, whether you consider Wi-Fi, any signal are nothing but some electromagnetic signals. Okay. Signal are a function of time, but it can be also represented in the frequency domain. Okay, you have to study the frequency domain. We will be studying the frequency domain and then we will be studying the time domain in the next lecture. I'll make you understand what actually is the frequency domain and then we'll study the time domain in the next lecture. So this is the basic difference between a digital and analog signal. Okay, this is the analog signal. Okay, which one is the analog? Why this pad is not working now? There is some problem with that pad. Okay, these are nothing but these are the analog signal. These are the continuous signal. Okay, and this one is the digital signal, which vary very discrete. Okay, these are not the discrete ones, but these are the discrete. Okay, these are respect to time, and these are the amplitude, or you can say the voltage. Okay, why my amplifier is not? I wanted to show you something. Okay, fine. I'll create a new whiteboard and then I will let you know what are the periodic signals and what are the sinusoidal signals and how calculation is being done. I don't know why my phone stuck. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so first of all, we'll go through something which is known as a periodic signals. These are the technical background that you need to understand. Okay, before further going into mobile computing. What are the periodic signal? Anyone can tell me what is the periodic signal? Anyone familiar with the periodic signal? Those who have studied amplitude, frequency, wavelength might answer this. What are the periodic signals? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what is periodic signal? Okay, no one? Fine, then let me explain. You see, the signal which repeat over certain interval of time are nothing but the periodic signal. Like for example, this one is the periodic signal. Okay. Okay, my drawing is very bad, but again, this is the periodic signal. Okay, see this part is repeating. Sorry, this part. If I say this part is repeating again. Okay, this part is repeating again from here to here. Okay, so the signal which repeat over a certain amount of time. Okay, yeah, Umesh, signal that repeat. Yeah, I guess you are googling or what? I mean, you're using kind of very technical language, so maybe I don't know. Okay, okay, fine, no problem. I'll answer. Okay, so these are the periodic signals. Okay, which repeat over a certain amount of time. Okay, these are the analog periodic signal, and in the same way, you can go for digital periodic signal. Okay, which is nothing but kind of this. Okay, these are the digital periodic signal. My drawing is very bad. Okay, this is the time period which is represented by t is equal to 1 upon frequency. Okay, clear? All the periodic signals, see, when you say that a signal is periodic, okay, when you say that a signal is periodic, so signal is let's say the signal st is periodic if s t plus capital T, okay, yeah, again this thing stopped working. I don't know what is happening. Okay. So this is equal to capital T equals to S of T, S of T, okay, where T tends from minus infinity to this is T plus infinity. Okay. Now what do I mean? What I mean by this? See, signals are periodic that repeats over certain amount of time. You got the time here. Okay. So what I mean by this formula? Let's say my T value is. I don't understand why this interactive pad is open a moment. Let me just charge. Okay. So let's say, for example, let's say your time is 5 seconds. Where Bhavi, who raised the hand right now? If anyone wants to ask the question, just type it down in the chat box. If anyone is having any problem, just type it down in the chat box. I am looking at your notification from the chat box. Okay, let's say that t is equal to 5 seconds for the signal. Okay, that means that every 5 seconds, after every 5 seconds, the signal is repeating. Okay, Sahil Patel has raised hand. Yes, Sahil Patel, please. What do you want to ask? Sahil Patel. If you are not familiar how to use ED WebEx, then please don't raise the hand unnecessarily. Okay, so let's say ST, the signal will remain same if we increment time by 5 seconds. Okay, so after 5 seconds, the signal will get repeated. So ST is equal to ST plus 5. Okay, this is nothing but the same thing. This is the T, this is your T. Okay, after 5 seconds, the signal will repeat. Again, S T plus 5 is equal to S T plus 10. Okay, the signal will again repeat. Okay, so this is the basic formula. This one is the basic formula for periodic signal. Okay, the T is nothing but the time duration. Okay, now each and every signal, let me clear all this stuff. Now each and every signal is having few things, like for example, let's say this is the signal, this is your simple signal. Now this peak is known as the amplitude of signal. Okay, this one is the amplitude. It is the maximum amount, it is the like how much a maximum signal wave can go. Okay, it's a peak amplitude. Okay, now there is something which is known as a frequency is nothing but the rate at which signal repeats. Okay, again this thing is represented by this area. It is nothing but t is equal to 1 by frequency. Okay, or f is equal to 1 by t, that depends. Okay, okay, uh, there is something which is again known as a phase. Okay, now what is a phase? Let me show you the a basic sine wave. You must be familiar with the basic sine wave and the formula for the same. Basic sine wave like this is the basic sine wave. I'm not again drawing the proper way, but basic sine wave is having a repeated periodic wave. Formula for the same is st is equal to a sine 2 pi ft plus phi. Okay, but this is nothing but this one is the amplitude. Okay, this one is nothing but it is known as an angular frequency. I'll show you how angular frequency comes, or again it is known as a fundamental frequency. Okay, this one is your phase. Okay, this one is your phase. Okay, and there is something which is again known as a wavelength. That is the distance between this peak. This is known as the wavelength. Okay, you can increase or decrease the wavelength, that depends upon. Okay, so this is the amplitude. This is nothing but a fundamental frequency. Now, what is the requirement of this fundamental frequency? Let me explain you how we came up with this actually. How we came up with this fundamental frequency. Okay. See, I need to draw a proper sine wave. Okay. See, this is 0. This is nothing but pi, and this is nothing but 2 pi. If you are wondering that why this is pi, why this is 2 pi, then you need to understand this circle. If you might have studied, this one is the circle. Okay. Suppose I'm here, this is nothing but 0. This is what? This is pi by 2. This is pi, something like that, I guess. What? Okay. So you need to understand that circle. I'm not sure actually. I forgot all those stuff. So you need to go through this stuff. Okay. So this is 2 pi. Okay. So at distance of 2 pi. Now, if I consider this, okay. See, 2 pi is in radian. Okay. This is 2 pi. Okay, it is in radian. Okay, it is not in like it is not in cycle per second. It is in radian per second. Okay, or radian per, yes, it is in radian per second. See, basically what happened, frequency is in hertz. Okay, it is nothing but cycle. Okay, cycle per second. Frequency is nothing but hertz. It is in cycle per second. Okay, and whereas this thing is nothing but it is a radian per second. Okay, so let's say for example I have f cycle per second. Okay, f cycle per second. Okay, see this what is this? This is nothing but a one cycle. Okay, this is one cycle. Okay, so this is nothing but one cycle per second. Oh, sorry, one cycle per second is equal to 2 pi radian per second. Okay, so what is equal to n cycle per second? Sorry, f cycle. This one is f. What is equal to f cycle per second? That is nothing but again 2 pi. 2 pi f. Okay, so this is nothing but your w0. Again, this thing is represented as w0, not this part, only this part. This part is represented at w0, which is again known as an angular frequency. Okay, so this 2 pi f is nothing but it is an angular frequency or fundamental frequency, whichever you want to say. Okay, so this is how it comes. Okay, are you getting my point or not? Or if you are having any doubt, you can stop me in between. Okay, are you getting my point? I'm asking you something. If you are having any doubt, please tell me. I'm trying to explain you in as simple way as possible. Okay, but if you are having still having any problem, then just please tell me. Many people were raising hands, many people wanted to do the annotations. So those who don't know how to use webex, just listen to me. Okay, and you can write anything in the chat box, but please don't interrupt me here by sending the request to annotate. What sort of thing you want to do in the annotation, please let me know. Okay, so please again tell me if you are having any problem or not. If you are having any problem, then please just go ahead, ask me. See, you can represent this W0 in another way. Let's say W0 is equal to, okay, sorry, W0 is equal to 2 pi, 2 pi f. Okay, now what is f? F is nothing but 1 by t. Okay, so W0 by 2 pi is equal to 1 by t. So you can represent in the time domain also. Okay, so this can be represented in the form of time domain. So t will be ultimately equal to 2 pi by epsilon. So this is the thing. If anyone having any doubt, please go ahead and ask me. Anyone having any doubt, please you can ask me right now. How much time is left for the completion of this? Because I am done with my stuff, and tomorrow I'll be explaining. See, this was the frequency, this was the time domain part. I'll explain you the frequency domain part. Okay, here we are considering always the time. The next will be getting you the frequency domain part. So please tell me that if you are having any problem, then just go ahead, ask me. Anyone? Okay, then anyone wants to ask the question, please go ahead. Okay. See, if you want to differentiate between the amplitude, see amplitude, just let me show if you want to see. See, this is having lower amplitude. Okay. Again, this one is having higher amplitude. So this is nothing but the amplitude. Okay. This is nothing but amplitude. Okay. I showed you that what is the phase shift. Anyone having any questions, please go ahead. Those who raise their hand, please. I know that I haven't taken your practical part, but we'll see that what is there in the practical part. This is actually the starting of the lecture. And one more thing that I want to let you know that Tisha madam will not be available for this week. So ultimately, I'll be taking your lecture. I mean, not Tisha madam's lecture, but ultimately whatever comes under my timetable, I'll be covering that part. So don't worry. Sir, does amplitude affect the original wave? That depends. If you are changing the amplitude, obviously it's going to affect the original wave. Who is this? Sumit. Yes, amplitude do affect. If you are changing the amplitude, obviously it will affect. Okay. See, AM modulation is what? AM modulation is nothing but it is an amplitude modulation. Okay. So waves are being transferred at different amplitude. Okay. Waves are getting transferred at various other different amplitude. So it depends. Okay. It can affect the original wave. I mean, that depends. If you are generating, once the wave has been generated, it doesn't have any, I mean, there won't be any, there won't be any problem until and unless there is some disturbance or not. Okay. But again, once a wave is generated, it will be generated at the amplitude that you have specified. Okay, anyone having any questions, please. Okay, I guess then probably we should end up with the lecture. Okay, then we'll see in you in the next lecture. Thank you.